Okay, this is more nerve-wracking than my usual videos. I'm not sure how long it'll take for the stream to start for real. Okay. Stream, right? Okay, yeah, okay. It is supposedly excellent. The quality, the connection. I'm I don't know if I want to wait for somebody to join first or if I want to. Okay, hold on. Alright, here's what we're gonna do. First things first, we gotta make our dolls. We cannot be playing dolls without the dolls to play with. So, we're gonna have a girl that's like got these cute little bangs and this cute little haircut. Oh, so this is digitally playing with dolls. Yes, this is what we're gonna do. So first we're making our dolls. Here's doll number 1. She's got this cute little collar. And OBS is such a liar. It's telling me that I have 0 views. You know what? We'll make them schoolgirls, okay? Here, she's got this cute skirt. There, that's doll number 1. And then we'll make this one red. I am nobody. I am now number 1. No, OBS is still telling me that you don't exist. OBS is a liar. YouTube, when I scroll over to YouTube, that's telling me that you exist. But not OBS. Oh wait, I should probably save this first. I am now a vampire. What? Gang, what? Okay, what kind of hairstyle should she have? We're gonna put them both in school uniforms for my convenience. This one can have pants instead of... a skirt. Either much longer or much shorter. Okay. Got it. We'll make it much longer then. There. That's doll number 2. Do we want it? I think we should have more than 2 dolls, right? Yeah. One thing that's mildly inconvenient about doing this in Krita is that I have to switch between layers if I want to move these two. So that's not ideal. Okay, this third one will make him a boy. Or like more masculine than the other 2. Third one, we'll give him like slick backed hair. Or actually, we'll give him braids. Cornrows. Something like that. I don't know that's so bad. Those are not braids. Those are not braids. Do not quote me on that. Okay, we'll give him like a cute little buzz cut. How about that? Dun, dun, dun. There's our third doll. Okay, we've got 3 dolls now. I've got to figure out a way. It's gonna be so inconvenient to like move them around. Pokemon protagonists. They kinda are, huh? They kinda are. Hold on, what happens if I merge with layer below? And then can I? No, I cannot do that. Okay. This is wildly inconvenient. I never realized how inconvenient this was before now. Not good. Well, anyways, too late for regrets now. This one's. Okay, so here are our dolls. What are they doing? They are all school children, right? So they hold on. Let's pull up a let's pull up let's pull up a generic school image. School images. And then here. City.club says that this is a primary school. Brilliant. We've got to add color to the background. Otherwise, we're gonna be stuck with these 3 not being visible at all. Shoot. Okay, let's do that real quick. And and we make these all white real quick. And then we go here and here. Merge with layer below. Merge with layer below. And merge with layer below. Now, ta-da, perfect. Okay, so this one's Mackenzie. This one's Mackenzie. So Mackenzie, she walks into school one day and Laureline and Josh Amaya Josh Amaya Laureline and Josh Amaya, they're chatting. They're chatting what about? About the fact that Laureline's dad got into a car accident yesterday. And she is not sad at all because her dad sucks. And Josh Amaya's like, whoa, Laureline, that's really hardcore. Are you sure you don't like feel bad for him at all? I mean, it was a car accident, Laureline. And Mackenzie, she comes in like, yeah, Laureline, why, how come you don't feel bad for him at all? Even if he's like kind of a jerk, it doesn't mean that he deserved to get into a car accident. And Laureline, she looks at her 2 friends and she's super upset and she says, fuck you two, you don't get it. And she runs away over there. Then Mackenzie, she goes over to Josh and Maya and she's like, wait, Josh and Maya, did we say the wrong thing? Yeah. Did we say the wrong thing? Do you think like we should apologize to Laureline? And Josh and Maya, he goes, no way, no way, Jose. Even if Loreline, even if Lauren's line, even if her dad's kind of a jerk, he doesn't deserve to get hit by a car. And so then the bell rings, but Loreline, she doesn't come back, and they're here, let's go with this color. Oh, that's really big. Why did I go that big? Down, down, down. I have been going under my breath. I'm a fool. What do you mean you're a fool? Here, this is as if you can hear me. Oh, this is true, yeah. You should speak verbally. I'm gonna go bloop, bloop, and get this one. This one's big enough. There, perfect. That's their teacher. The teacher comes in and she's like, she's like, okay, class, today we're learning about photosynthesis. And she like goes up to the front of the class over there. Uh, and then Josh and Maya and Mackenzie, get over here. Mackenzie, they go over to their seats and they're like whispering in their seats, like, "Hey, Loreline's not back yet, um, even though class started and we're learning about photosynthesis." We're learning about photosynthesis. Uh, maybe we said something wrong, like for real, and maybe we should apologize. But Josh and Maya, he's being stubborn. He's saying like, "Nuh-uh, I don't care that she feels bad. She like she should apologize first." No, wait, what? Loreline should feel guilty first about saying those horrible things about her dad. And then the teacher, she like figures out that those two, they ain't paying attention to photosynthesis, to the I don't know about photosynthesis. It's fine. Those two aren't paying attention and they're our main characters. And she comes over and she says, "What are you two discussing that's more important than my lesson?" And these two, they're like, oh no, I'm so sorry, Miss Teacher. I didn't mean to not pay attention. Um, it was Josh and Maya who distracted me first, and then Josh and Maya, he's real upset because Mackenzie's blaming him for what? She's throwing him under the bus, and he's like, "What? No way! It was Mackenzie who was talking first. Yeah, you should put her to detention." And then Mackenzie, she seems like she's the kind of girl who like throws her friends under. Who is the second concurrent viewer? I thought that was a glitch, cause it was, but it's been there for a while. Who the hell is watching? I mean, thank you, but who the hell are you? Anyways, moving on. Um, Mackenzie, she seems like she's the kind of girl who like throws her friends under the bus and then tries to run away. But there's a third? There's a third? No, there's just two. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Yeah, see, sometimes YouTube bugs out and it shows you an extra one, but there's been two for ages now, which is why I'm confused. Oh, hi, Lizzie! Hi, Lizzie! Hi, Lizzie! Yay! Oh, I'm so excited. Hi, Lizzie. You get to watch me play with dolls as well. Anyways, where was I? Right. But she's actually kind of hardcore as well. And she punches Josh and Maya in the face. And Josh and Maya's like, "Ow, what'd you do that for, you jerk? You threw me under the bus and now you're punching me?" And Mackenzie, she doesn't know what's going on anymore. She punches him again. Josh and Maya punches back, and now they're fighting. They're fighting. Um, And the teacher's like, kids, what the heck? Don't fight. You're both. And then she like pulls Mackenzie away, and Josh and Maya's like on the ground because he got knocked down because he's a fucking he's a fucking loser. He got punched by Mackenzie and then he went down. And then the teacher's like, "You're both going to detention," and Josh and Maya, this poor fucking kid who got thrown under the bus by his friend, and then got punched and beat up, and he's like, "Why me? Why do I have to go to detention? What the fuck?" And the teacher's like, "Okay, yeah, that seems. Wait, hold on. What layer am I on? This layer. Okay, yeah, that seems kind of unfair. Mackenzie, you're going to detention." And Mackenzie, she's like, "Fine, yeah, I recognize that I'm the one in the wrong here." And so like, the teacher, she makes Mackenzie like sit over here, and Josh and Maya, he goes to the nurse's office, over there to the nurse's office. Um, and then everybody else around is like super wary of Mackenzie, and the teacher's like, "Okay, we're going back to photosynthesis. Mackenzie, I'm gonna walk you to the principal's office later for your detention." So class passes. I need to search for a principal's office picture. How are you guys feeling about this story so far? Principal's office escalated. This is true. This is true. It got escalated a lot. This is the joy of playing with dolls, though. Uh, um, big. Put that over there. Cover this up. We gotta make a principal now. Okay. Goodbye. What does a principal look like? What color should the principal have? What do you guys think? We have all the colors of the rainbow. Whee! Does that count as like flash warning? What color should the principal be though? Loreline's pink. Loreline's pink already. The principal can't be pink because Loreline's pink already. And then Josh and Maya is green, and then the teacher is yellow, and Mackenzie's blue. Brown? Okay. Brown. He be. Turn that off. Do-do. Is our principal. I love him. I love this principal. He's such a guy. Mm, Okay, there's our principal. So the merchant layer below. So the principal's at his office. He's true turquoise. The principal's at his office. He's behind the desk. He's doing his work. He's going on the computer, and then like the teacher, she comes in. She comes in like from here with Mackenzie by her side, and she's like, "Principal, wait, hold on. What the fuck? Wrong layer. Wrong layer. We're on. Where are we? Here. Principal. This child, she she accused her friend of starting a conversation that she started, and then she punched him and beat him up. And the principal is like, "What? School violence in my school? Is this true, young student Mackenzie?" And Mackenzie, she's like, "Yeah, it's true. I did punch Josh and Maya and like throw him under the bus." And the principal's like, "I'm appalled, Mackenzie. I thought you were such a good student. You sit here in the detention chair." And Mackenzie, she's super sad. She's crying, but she's like, "Yeah, okay, I deserve this." And so she sits in her detention chair, for detention. And then teacher, she goes away. Anyways, um, then suddenly Laureline walks in. And Mackenzie, she's like, "What? Laureline, what are you doing here? Um, what's going on? Why are you in the principal's office at lunchtime?" And Laureline, she's like, none of your business, Mackenzie. Are we even friends anymore when you, like, told me that I shouldn't be, that I should be more upset about something that I'm not upset about?" And then they're like, these two, they're like glaring at each other. They're upset. And the principal's like, kids, calm down. What's going on? Laureline, why have you walked into my office?" And Laureline, she stops glaring at Mackenzie. She looks at the principal and she says, um, fuck. What does she say? Chat, help. Oh, she looks at the principal and she says, "Sir, my dad is dead." "My dad is dead." And the principal, he gasps. And then Mackenzie, she gasps. And then somewhere off in the distance, Jeremiah gasps. And then they're all like, "What? Why does sorry, no, not Jeremiah. Why is Josh and Maya gasping?" And then Josh and Maya, he like timidly walks into the principal's principal. This is a very irresponsible principal. Why? What did he do? What was he responsible about? Anyways, Joshua Maya, he walks in and he's like, "I'm sorry. I was worried about Mackenzie even though she beat me up. And going to detention, so I was like waiting outside, but I didn't mean to eavesdrop on that." Anyways, imagine there's a third chair as well. Okay, he sits down there. Um And then Mackenzie, she goes, "Laureline, what do you mean your dad's dead? What's going on?" And then Laureline, she goes, "The injuries, they were too much for my dad. He passed away this morning." Or no, not this morning, because she would like tell him about it if she heard it this morning. He passed away just a few minutes ago. And then the principal goes, "Oh my, Lorelai, I'm so sorry to hear that. I wasn't, I heard about your father's accident, but I didn't know it was so, the fucking, what's the word, fuck. That his condition was so lethal? Chat, help me out. Is the word lethal? Principal, you're sinking. Sorry. Principal, you're sinking. Fatal! Yeah. Thank you. I didn't know his injuries were so fatal. And then Laureline, she gets this look in her eyes, and she says, "Yeah, that's because they weren't. My dad was murdered." And then the principal gasps, and then, wait, that's wrong. The principal gasps, and then Josh and Maya gasps, and then Mackenzie gasps, and then Josh and Maya, he goes, "What? What do you mean your dad was murdered? How do you know that?" And Laureline, she says, I've said too much already. I need to go. And she runs away. And then the principal, he's like, kids, I know you've had your fight today, but this is a matter of more than just a schoolyard fighting. You need to be there for your friend. You need to go to the ends of the earth with her, find out what's going on. Go! I believe in you. And then Mackenzie and Josh and Maya, they look at each other. They're inspired. They're inspired by the power of friendship. And they run out of the principal's office. And, and then the principal, he goes, oh, wait, they were supposed to have detention. Orpheus arc? I I don't know Orpheus's story, I will be honest. Oh wait, should I post about this on Tumblr? I just realized. Or like Instagram maybe. I feel like my Instagram followers are more inclined to deal with this bullshit. Okay, chat, we're going on an intermission for posting an advertisement to Instagram about playing with dolls digitally. Okay, hold on. We'll bring how do we want to pose them? How do we want to pose them for like the poster shot? What do you guys think? Should we be like fighting or something? I'm gonna make I'm gonna make the teacher and the principal real close. It's clickbait. This is clickbait. They're not straight because I hate straight people. But where's my phone? Okay, they're not straight because I hate straight people. But this is for the clickbait. We're straight baiting them. My friend has outcasted even me. What? Why? What happened? Huh? Your friend has outcasted even you? What happened? Straight. Oh, yeah. Yeah. You don't count. You don't count. You're like not a real person. um, okay, hold on. Where's the stupid link? The link. It's gone. Link. Zelda is searching for you. Where have you disappeared to? That's a lie. Zelda is not searching for it. I am searching for it to post it on my Instagram. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, I got an email from YouTube about now being live. I can copy the link from there. I recently learned that I think that's the Able sisters. I'm pretty sure that's the Able sisters from Animal Crossing. Okay, here. This is come join me to in digitally playing with dolls if your heart so desires. And then hashtag straight baiting. And then we're gonna like make that teeny tiny and put that where their hands are. And then we're gonna add the link. This is perfect. I'm a great advertiser. You guys don't even know how incredible I am at advertising. You should stop watching the stream right now. Just go to Instagram and see this story because I'm such an amazing advertiser. Alright, I think our intermission is done. So, now, where were we? The straight baiting is done. We don't need them in the same room anymore. That's fake. Let's get a schoolyard up in here. Schoolyard. Stock photo. I'm not typing the stock photo part. The stock photo is obviously going to come up immediately. Height Green Schoolyard. SMM. I sure hope I'm not like using these kids or something. Sure hope I'm like not doxing some children right now. And geez, what the? Oh, geez, that's a big image. Downsized you go. There we go. Perfecto. You go down, down, down. Turn this off. Now, Mackenzie, Josh, and Maya, and okay, so Mackenzie, she's here in the schoolyard. She's like off in the distance, sulking. Wait, no, that's Loreline. That's Loreline. Whoopsies. Okay, Loreline, she's off in the distance, sulking. Mackenzie, she runs out first. She's looking around. Josh and Maya, he comes in as well. And they're both searching. And then he says, "Look, over there, it's Loreline. We gotta go get to her." And then he runs over. The sound of him shrinking. There we go. And he runs over to her. And then Mackenzie, she does the same. They're all, Jesus Christ. Mackenzie, shut up. There we go. And they're all three together. And Mackenzie, she says, "Loreline, we're here." Oh god, oh no, it says one concurrent viewer. Oh, bye, Lizzie. Oh wait, no. Probably Elbow left, huh? To go check the Instagram. That's kind of funny. Okay, yeah. Where was I? Right. So, Mackenzie, she goes, Loreline, we were inspired by the principal's speech about the power of friendship, and we want to help you no matter what about finding out what happened to your dad. And Josh and Maya, he goes, "Yeah, Loreline, we're on your side. We want to help you." And then Loreline, she gets this look in her eyes. She's like a super emo and angsty. And hold on, we gotta draw this out. Like she looks like she's got like tears in her eyes and stuff. But she's angry. She's angry. This is our cutscene, our splash art or something. She's looking away from them, and she's like, she doesn't want them to see her like this. And she goes, "No, you two, you don't." Wait, hold on. She goes, "No, you two, you don't want to know about what's going on. And Mackenzie, she's like, what? Of course we do, Loreline. We wanna help you out with your dad's murder. And Josh Maya, he agrees, like, yeah, Loreline, we're on your side. And then Loreline, she like tears up even more. She's like really crying now. And uh she's saying, but you guys didn't even want to help. You guys weren't even on my side when I told you that I didn't like him, that I was happy that he got into an accident. What are you gonna say when you find out? And then like it's a big ass close up of hold on. What are you gonna say when you find out that I helped with his death? And then wait, hold on. Josh and Maya gasps, and then Mackenzie gasps. I'm fucking losing my breath with all the gasping. I need to make them stop gasping. Um, that sounds really. That sounds sexual. Okay, never mind. Moving on. Mackenzie, she's so shocked. She falls backwards. She falls backwards on the floor. Josh and Maya, he runs over to help her, but he's staring at Loreline. He's shocked. Loreline, she's crying. She's straight up bawling right now. And then she starts to run away. Wait, hold on, we gotta get the playground. She starts to run away. But Mackenzie, she gets up and she says, no, Loreline, wait. And Loreline, she's like crying. She's like crying. She's like, what do you want from me? You clearly don't support me. With whatever's going on. What do you want from me? And hold on, I gotta make another CG for this. God damn it. Why are these girls so dramatic? I have to draw everything. And then Mackenzie, she looks at Loreline with like this. Hold on. Yeah, that's Mackenzie. Right, that's Mackenzie right there. She looks at Loreline with this determination. Judgment? What do you mean judgment? With this determination in her eyes, and she says, Loreline, Loreline, I'm sorry I didn't. The face of judgment. I guess so. It's not really. No, it's she's got determination in her eyes. She's sympathetic right now. She says, Loreline, I'm sorry I didn't like accept you when you were telling us your feelings. I swear I'll be better now. I want to know what's going on. I'm on your side, I swear. And then they both turn to Josh and Maya. And he's like standing there awkwardly. He's like uncomfortable. He's unsure. I'm gonna make the playground here, okay? He's uncomfortable. He's unsure. And he says, but he makes up his mind. And he says, you know what? Yeah, Loreline, I don't care how you're involved in this, how you think you killed your dad. I'm on your side too. Okay? Um, and then Loreline, she's crying, and she's super like confused about her feelings right now. And then Mackenzie says, Loreline, it's okay. You don't have to cry. We'll help you. Why don't you sit down and tell us the full story of what's going on? Um, and like, what do you mean that you killed your dad? He got into a car accident. You are not old enough to drive. And they go, "Tuk, tuk, 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 tuk," and they all would sit over on a, hold on, let me get a bench. Let me get a bench. Schoolyard bench. God, I love stock photos. That's a whole child. I don't want a child on this thing. Here, this is good enough. What are you guys' thoughts so far? What do you think of the story? Story that isn't really a story. Hmm? How do you gotta give me your feedback or something? That's our intermission break, and also because my throat is a little bit tired. So you gotta both tell me what's up with what your thoughts, and then we're gonna proceed. I'm glad to hear it. I'm really glad to hear that. Okay, hold on. I've got some plans that I don't want to share yet. So we gotta make the actors for the next scene. But while I'm making the actors, you can tell me more about your thoughts if you have any. I really hope somebody doesn't join during this because this is like the most boring part. Or at least I think it's the most boring part. I'm just making the dolls right now. I wonder if you can guess who these are before I like make them fully. Place your bets now. Who do you think these characters are? Bum, 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 bum. Make this more red. Older slash younger sibling. Yep, yep. Yeah, I'd say the siblings too. Nice. I am glad that my visual communication skills are strong. And then last and certainly least, There we go. Now we got all the. Oh, wait, no. I gotta make the backgrounds too. That sucks. I'm gonna be honest. I'm very, very sleepy. I just like really wanted to play with dolls. And I thought, hey, that'd be a really fun fucking concept, idea, thing, whatever, for a stream. I should totally like do a stream where I just play with fucking dolls. And we'll see if people like it or not. But I mean, it's not like I'm popular anyways. I have you guys who join me frequently on streams. And then last time I had like very exciting 6 or 7 people who joined. That was really, really cool. But yeah, I usually just have you two, maybe one other friend who I ask to join. And so I don't really know who I'm trying to please. I guess I'm just having fun, you know? Which is nice. I really like just having fun. It's a nice way to be, nice way to live. Now, back in business, baby. So, Mackenzie, she goes, Laureline, what did you mean when you said that you killed your dad? That's not possible. We know he got into a car accident, and you couldn't have faked that. Everybody knows he got into a car accident. Oh, everybody knows he got into a car accident. What? And you can't drive, so there's no way you could have killed him, right? Unless Joshua says, unless she like stabbed him while he was at the wheel or something, and then that's what caused him to crash. And Mackenzie, she hits his head and she says, Josh and Maya, don't be stupid. If Laureline stabbed him while he was driving, then it would be all over the news, and the police would totally know. But Laureline, she looks away and she says, well, it wasn't a stab, but he's on the right track when he thinks about like me distracting my dad while he was driving. Mackenzie, she looks shocked. What? What the heck? Why would you do what? How did you do that? Why did you do that? And Laureline, she says, well, let me start from the beginning. And then I have to search for a house image now. Old house interior. Ba-ba-da-ba-da, ba-ba-da-ba-ba-da, bum-bum-bum, bum-bum-bum, ba-da-dum, bum-bum-bum, bum-bum, bum-bum. Well, this is not what I'm looking for. It's all much too fancy. That's what I search. You know what? No, we'll go with this. Why not? Is this AI? Oh, ew. Ew. God, can I not get one fucking stock image? That's not AI. Ah, whatever. This doesn't look like AI. Let me put that down there. Make that bigger. Here. Perfect. Right? What a terrible world to live within. Yeah. Yeah, it's unfortunate. Whatever, though. You gotta live. Now, Loreline, she says, let me take it back to the start. And Mackenzie and Joshua, they disappear as like the there's a flashback. Can you see my mouse? Yeah, you can see my mouse. There's a flashback fade wave thing, and we see like we see Mackenzie at home. She's sitting on the couch. She's like doing some homework maybe. And then Mackenzie's little brother. Wait, no, that's not Mackenzie. That's Loreline. Ugh. I can't even keep my dolls straight. I'm so sorry. Anyways, why am I saying that like I'm a failure of storytelling? These are playing with dolls. Okay, now Loreline's little brother. Okay, while I'm playing with the little brother, you guys get to vote on what you think Loreline's mom should be named. Okay, what her mom should be named. You guys vote on that. Now, Loreline's little brother, his name is Carl Liesel. Carliesel Diesel. Carliesel Diesel. That's her little brother's name, Carliesel Diesel. Now, Carliesel Diesel, he comes in and he's like, Loreline, what are you doing? And she says, well, I'm doing my homework because I'm a good little student. And and then her little brother, Carliesel Diesel, he goes, blah, you're so boring, Loreline. And they like get into a friendly little sibling scuffle. And then Loreline's big sister, she comes in and she's like, hey, what are you two doing? Like playing, messing around, like in the living room. With and then those two, they look kind of sheepish. They look kind of sheepish. They look a bit embarrassed about their actions. But then their big sister, she comes in without me, and now they're all three like scuffling, having fun. Huh? Huh? Okay. Yeah. Oops. Yeah. There we go. And now they're all three scuffling, having fun. Lizzie, what do you think? What should their mom be named? Anyways, wait. You say talk about it in chat, and I'll do the story in the meantime. They're all like having fun. But then they're put these down here. Then their dad walks in, and the room it gets really quiet, and dub over voice Loreline. She goes, "That's my dad, and that's my dad. Whenever he comes into the room, it's never a good time for us." And her dad, he's got this kind of like annoyed, pissed off voice, and he goes, "What are you three doing out in the living room, no less?" And Loreline's little brother, Carliesel Diesel, he goes, we're just playing. We're not doing much." And Loreline's big sister, she tries to step in front of the other two. She goes, "Yeah, we were just Adriana. Ooh, I kind of like both of those." Okay. And then Loreline's big sister, she steps up and she's like, "Yeah, Dad, we weren't doing much." But then her dad, in the flashback, he slaps her, and then the big sister, she falls over, and Loreline, and Carliesel Diesel, he's scared, he's crying. Loreline, she's like, "Big sis, oh no, are you okay?" And their dad's like, It was just one measly slap. What's she acting all dramatic for? And then he like walks away, and the big sister, so Loreline, she's crying. Carliesel Diesel, he's crying a bit. He's crying a lot. And then Big Sister, she's just trying to smile to the two of them and say, "Hey, you guys, it's okay. Don't worry about it." She stands up. She tries to comfort them, but they're still crying. And Loreline, she says, how come he never hits me? It's not right." Carliesel Diesel, he's like not paying attention. He's crying a lot, and he's like trying to hug his big sister. And the big sister, wait, what the fuck is layers? Okay, whatever. Big sister, she goes, "Loreline, I'll talk to you later. I'll get little Carliesel Diesel to his room." So she picks him up, and then the two of them walk away to Carliesel Diesel's room to put him to sleep. And now Loreline, she's alone. She's angry. She doesn't understand why her dad only hits her big sister. But her big sister finally promised to tell her what's going on. So with like an angry glance at the direction that her dad went, she goes to her room as well and waits for the night. And now we gotta look for a kid's bedroom. Night. Okay. I think that's a kid sleeping in that bed, but I'm just gonna ignore that, and you guys have to ignore that that exists as well, okay? Just pretend that there is no child in that bed. Make it big. There you go. Pretend that no such child exists, okay? No, 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 no. Okay, yeah, here. So, Loreline, she's lying in bed. She's waiting for her sister to come and explain everything to her. Where is that? She's waiting for her sister to come in and explain everything to her. But to her surprise and shock, the person that comes in is her mother. And Loreline looks at her mother, whose name is Elaindriana. Elaindriana. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. She looks at her mother, whose name is Elaindriana, and she says, "Mom, what are you doing? Mom, what are you doing here?" And Elaindriana, her mother, goes, "You know what? I'm gonna give that name to her sister. Because her mom is just, she's not gonna call her mom by her name. So, sorry, Elaindriana is going to the big sister." Oh, jeez, I'm sleepy. I think doing this streaming made me more tired than if I was just gonna be doing things normally. We're gonna have like one or two more scenes, and then we're gonna call it a day, and we're gonna like pick back up. Okay? Are you guys okay with like a cliffhanger? Well, I mean, I ask you if you're okay with it, but it's not like I'm gonna stay. It's not like I'm gonna stay up later than I physically can to do this. Yeah, sorry. I guess sorry in advance for the cliffhanger that's gonna happen. Anyways, so Loreline's mom walks in, and she's looking at Loreline with these cold eyes, and Loreline goes, "Mom, what are you doing here? What's going on?" And their mom is like, "You know, You know, Loreline, you sure ask a lot of questions to your big sister. You know that? And then Loreline, she's upset and she goes, "Yeah, obviously. Why? Because she's the only one who answers them." And her mother looks angry and she says, "One day when you grow up, you're gonna thank us that you're the only one that you don't get hurt here." And she storms off. And Loreline is pissed. She hates what's going on. She wishes that like she could save her big sister, but she wants to understand what's going on first. So she waits and waits for her big sister. That's Carly's old diesel. Here. No, that's mother. Here? No. Here. Yes. There we go. So, Elaine Driana walks in and she sees the angry look on Loreline's face and she's like, "Ah, Loreline, I love you so much. I'm sorry that you have to go through with this." And she sits down on the bed, she pats Loreline's hair, and Loreline starts crying and she hugs her big sister like, "I don't understand what's going on. Why do mom and dad seem to hate you so much?" And Elaine Driana, she's comforting her. Where he's Elaine Driana. Here. What? No, wrong. Here. And Elaine Driana, she's comforting Loreline and she explains, what does she explain? She explains that, you know, mom and dad they wanted a boy for their first kid, and I'm not, and I tried to be for a really long time, but they don't they let me be who I am because they didn't want to ruin their image in front of other people. But I'm just not who they want me to be, and I don't think I can ever be who they want me to be. And I'm sorry that you have to grow up. You have to grow up watching them do these things and be these people. I'm sorry that it feels unfair that 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 nobody else has to go through these things. I'm sorry that you can't do anything, but it's just the way that things are. One day, Loreline, you're gonna grow up. You're gonna be somebody so incredible. And if you ever have your own kids, I know for a fact, Loreline, you're gonna look at them and you're gonna love them no matter who they are and what they do. Do you understand me? And Loreline, she looks up at her big sister, the person who's been there her entire life, who she's had to watch suffer her entire life. And Loreline says, "I don't want to wait until I'm older. I want to help you now." And her big sister looks at her with tears in her eyes and just says, "I'm sorry." And she goes away. She walks away. And Loreline, she lies there in bed and she thinks about her life, and she thinks that she doesn't want to wait until every until it's too late for her big sister. So the next day, that felt really emotional. Fuck. That was too that was too fucking emotional for playing with dolls. Ugh. Okay, moving on. Loreline, the next day, she's sitting in her chair, and her dad, where's her dad? Is this her dad? That's her dad. Her dad walks into the room, and he looks at her with this, like, weird grin. How on earth did you get to that emotional resolution? I mean, because I don't know. It's not really a resolution. There's more to the story to be had. Do you mean like emotional level? I don't know. I just got caught up in it, I guess. Fucking Loreline and then Ladriana, you know? Anyways, um, yes. My apologies. Okay. Uh, so her dad walks in. He's got this grin on her face, and he says, "Hey, kiddo, what's up? Why the grim face?" And um, Loreline, she just looks at him in disgust. She can't believe that he has the audacity to hurt her sister like that, and then just walk around acting like nothing's wrong, acting like he has the right to parent her and Carliesel Diesel. And but she knows that if she acts weird, he's not gonna take it out on her. He's gonna take it out on her big sister. And so she just like she just bares her teeth and says, "I'm doing fine. Um, what did you want?" And her dad's like, "Well, I had this idea, that we could like that I could take you for a drive this Sunday, and we could go to that favorite ice cream place of yours, because we haven't been there for a long, long time." And Loreline, she thinks back to a simpler time, back when her dad, like, wait, what? Wait, I zoned out. I zoned out. Fuck, fuck, fuck. Hold on. I can think. I have thoughts. I'm a real human. I am a real person who has real thoughts. I have been real my entire life. I have never not been real. I have not died before. Thoughts go through my head. There is not static in my head. I am not made of electricity. My brain's my brain contains neurons where electric things pass through to give me thoughts. If I was electric, it would give me thoughts and not static. Why does I'm not supposed to have static in the brain is not real. This is a truth that I know for truth. Therefore, I can make the thought of what is going to happen next in the story, and I am not zoned out, because I am not zoned out. I know how to have thoughts. I'm great at having thoughts. So, Loreline starts hatching a plan. That's what I was talking about, right? Yeah. I'm pretty sure that's what I was talking about. So Loreline starts hatching a plan, and she goes, you know what, Dad? Yeah, I'd love for us to go to that ice cream place on Sunday. And while she does, she's thinking about simpler times when she didn't know what was going on in her family for real. And when her dad was somebody she could actually respect. And and her dad, he comes over and he pats her on the back, nothing like the way he treated her sister, and he goes, "Atta girl, I'm looking forward to it." And he walks away. Loreline's just there shaking in disgust, but she's planning her next move carefully. And that night she's sitting in her bed and she writes in her journal about what she's going to do. She's confessing her crimes in advance. She writes in her journal, "Dear diary, this Sunday I'm going to kill my dad." Dun dun. Alright, that's where we're stopping for now. Yay, yippee! Next week, I don't know if it's gonna be next week. It's probably gonna be longer than that. But um that's where we're stopping for now. What did you guys think? Get him! Yeah! We're going up user killing next week on Cliffhanger. Yay! Yep! Yay! I mean, is it really a cliffhanger when you know what's gonna happen? I guess you don't fully know what's gonna happen. I mean, I don't even know what's gonna happen, which is the fun of this. Um, Cliffhanger, yay, surprisingly emotional story. Hell yeah. They always get surprisingly emotional, right? I don't know why. Maybe I like amp things up. I'm trying not to plan in my head because these stories are more fun when you don't plan in your head. But I think I can like manage to surprise myself as well. But next week on what do you guys want to call this? Digital doll story? Because I'm not calling it that. That's boring. Unless it's like gonna be an anthology series, you know? Or like this is just the first of many. Hmm. Maybe like maybe you know what? Yeah, actually we'll call it Digital Doll Stories. And we'll call it Digital Doll Stories and it'll be an anthology. I'm not gonna stop with just Loreline and Mackenzie and Joshua Maya and the drama that's going on here. So next time on Digital Doll Stories, we're gonna get Loreline explaining her plan and killing her dad, and what Mackenzie and Josh and Maya think of everything. All right, be excited for whenever that happens. It might happen soon because this is like incredibly low effort compared to a speed paint, or not a speed paint, sorry, a drawing stream, you know? There's less pressure on me. I get to do whatever I want, which is the whole point of playing with dolls. It's really, really fun. I enjoyed this a lot. Um, in that case, goodbye. I had a lot of fun. Thank you too for joining me. Man, I'm sleepy. I'm not even. Oh, I can't wait for the next part. Yay! I'm happy. I'm happy. I'm good. Uh, I yay. All right. I'm gonna wait until you two say bye because I don't want to be a jerk, and then I will end the stream. Bye bye. I might make some little sketches, doodles of what could happen. What could happen? Bye. Of like some big moments this time, and then we can have like fun little recap drawings. That'd be fun. Bye, Elbow. Bye, Lizzie. Bye, Lizzie. You gotta say bye as well, because I don't want to be a jerk and end the stream before you do. Ah, bye. Okay, yeah. Bye bye. Stream ending now.